Hey, speaking of which, Ryle, hey, buddy, we've been talking about you. I was saying I hope that you're able to make it out to the next BlizzCon because I want to get a bunch of us like OGs together, even if it's not for BlizzCon, but to at least like hang out and stuff. Because holy hell, it's been a journey. And yeah, I'm not sure if you saw my whole expose on the fuckery that occurred at Blizzard, but yeah. Especially with that whole Extra Life event. I gave a huge shout out to Team Zerg, by the way. Yes, yes. Tease. Sunday went healthy. Oh my. No! Twitch issues? What the f- Yeah. Yeah. Yes, yes, shitgnome related. Yes, yes. Very specific shitgnome. Yes. Unfortunately. Things that I never wanted to talk about, but was nominated and obligated to talk about. Oh, Jesus. Oh my god, dude. It's just more shit for me to like bitch about Clancy about. I literally told them the way that they fixed the viewership problem is to remove embedded view counts. Why did my phone break? I'll fix it. Fix. I did. Please. Oh my god. Oh, it's trash. There we go. Let's take one. Hello, phone. There we go. 500 years later. What were we talking about? Skim Navid. One thing Jump to said something about him not working. Oh, so many people. Yeah, like I genuinely don't care, and this is universal. Like I don't care if people are listening to things while they're working, unless you are like specifically doing audio tests. You know, like if you're popping like, you know, on monsters for D3. If you are doing monster checks and you are having to do the audio checks and everything, you need to listen to the audio. You should not be listening to things. That's fine. Any other stuff, by all means, if you're just like doing regression testing or you're just like fucking doing a quick Skeleton King run, then okay, like, you know, have a fucking podcast up or something to get through the work. Fine. You're doing installer testing, you know, like it's okay if you have something open in a window, whether it's playing or not. Okay, fine. But you shouldn't have like everything up all of the time. And since I sat behind him, it was kind of unexcusable. It was fucking ridiculous. And yeah, you got in hot water with upper management. And you were in a position to where like you would be bringing stuff up like that regularly. With me, since he was new to the team, not new to Blizzard, new to our team, and I was still like under my first year there. I had only been there, what, like 5 months at that point? Like I had barely made QA1. I was genuinely just asking like how to motivate this kid, keeping in mind he's like 3 years younger than me. I'm like, is this a known thing? You know, is he burnt out? You know, I was just like genuinely asking. I wasn't trying to be a dick or get him in trouble or anything. And I was just told the same thing by everybody, and it's like, no one's gonna do anything. Like, you could try, but nobody's gonna do anything. And that's when, you know, eventually it came to light that, like, yeah, it's because of his dad. And it's not because his dad's gonna do anything. It's because no one wants to be known as the guy that does anything because of his dad. And, you know, that is the Blizzard way. That's game dev. And yeah, people literally not doing their job. That was also a thing.
Yeah,
when I went on Hearthstone, which everybody was burnt out on Hearthstone, dude. Like, I'm sure
you to
know.
drink water, you fucking husk.
Like, pretty much everybody would be watching Twitch more than they were actually doing testing. And that's why I took on so much work like I did. Because it was just fucking ridiculous and I was so done with it. I didn't want to sit there and do overtime. Buns, are you making me hydrate? Oh my god, where's my water? Okay, I will actually drink water. Oh god, Cactus. I also ignored you. Cactus has requested an woo. Look, alright, if I'm yapping, the yapping is gonna happen. Multitasker, so understand. Yeah, like, I'm ADHD as fuck, and that's what I try to emphasize in the interview, too. Like, I understand the purpose of just needing shit, like, everywhere. Like, I need stuff because I'm gonna be, like, fucking clicking between tabs. Usually it's like I'm on, like, 4 different tasks at the same time with, like, 3 different client windows open and things, because some things you need to just, like, let run, especially when you're talking memory issues or like texture issues and things like that that need to just sit and run. But you can do more than one thing at once. Like, I could sit there and be like writing tasks and things while tests are running, you know, like that's my ADHD. And yeah, having 10 years more experience than a lot of the management, also management who was never even in software dev before, let alone game dev, let alone QA, was kind of a nightmare. It was kind of a nightmare. Yeah, they had no idea. I was on one of the mic meetings. You know how they did like the department meetings with some of the executive team? I was on one of those one year, and I told Mike Morheim a lot of this shit. That was the year before I left the company. So I just fucking dumped on them. Felt like a lot of the managers needed to be cleaned out of QA because they had absolutely no idea how QA worked despite working there for years. And at that point, even not having a background in QA, software development, or like game dev, they should know better by then. Game dev run by insurance salesman. Yes, 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 yes. For those of you guys who are new here, like Ryle and I worked together for a very long time. Like, we were very game dev vet. Please trust these words as sage truths. Yeah, undercover manager. Yeah. The shuffling. Great shuffling. Okay, let me try to mentally wrap up the Tectone thing. But yeah, one of the people that we did the Extra Life League event with left a comment on the Tectone video, and again, it reinforces that like shitgnome's performance on other teams absolutely could vary, and like that was the entire purpose of my interview, like that, to state that he basically just like does what he wants to do the way he wants to do it. He doesn't have an attitude of wanting to be a top performer. He's never been a top performer, even when he has been good at something. It's just been like, I like this, so I'll do it. It's never been like the drive to push himself any farther. It was never like he was sitting there saving Blizzard. I don't know how the fuck it became this thing. And like, I had his shit just blocked for so long. Like, I had all of his hashtags blocked, everything blocked, but you know, because of the highlight channels and things like that that always just like mention him, and like Asmongold and all of them, like I would get bits and pieces here and there, and I don't know how the fuck it became he was an engineer and he did like all of the security shit at Blizzard, because he left like the year that I left, just later in the year. I'm pretty sure he left 2016, if not 2017. I haven't like double checked his resume, but mathematically that lines up. And he was not across the street in security from what I remember when I left Blizzard. And the way that people were promoted in that company, there's no fucking way that he went from what was my same job level to a fucking mid-tier engineer in like a year and a half. Like, there's no fucking way. As a handle when managers couldn't. Yeah, exactly. Fucking exactly. God, even you had to deal with this shit. I am sorry. I know it's not my place because it's fucking Blizzard's place. I'm sorry that you also had to deal with this shit. Motherfucker. I've had so many of our old friends reach out to me over this. Basically, like, I had no idea it was that bad. Or, I wish I could have done something. Like, everything was so fucking disappointing. Yeah, old Blizz would never promote somebody that quickly. Even if, like, I was a top performer, even if, like, the shit with Jay Allen hadn't happened, it was extremely difficult to get promoted. And this was when Activision was in play. So here's the influence that Activision had, okay, over QA specifically. We were told that, I think at the time, only 10 QA could be elevated during that certain promotion cycle, which I think was the last cycle before I left the company. 10 QA. Only 10 could be promoted. Out of hundreds, guys. 10. All right. So the bag was tied shut. They were not wanting to move people around to other departments unless they absolutely had to for critical need. And a lot of these jobs, they were hiring contractors in for because they didn't want to pay people the fucking benefits for. They were not doing internal mobility. They were trying to get people in to pay them just the hourly wage. That way they didn't have to pay the benefits. Because this was back when they were doing profit sharing, 401k, like all of that. They didn't want to pay people more than they had to. Yeah, fucking Blizzard, man. I swear to God, Ryle. I wish I could make things right for you. Yeah, dude, I still have it here. It shows how well I clean my desk. You had to take it over. Oh my God. I only heard so much about it because remember Megan worked on it. And you know me and Megan, so. Yes, please follow the Catboy. Please.